Aquarius, welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time here. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is a weekly read for Aquarius. Placement Sun, Moon, or Rising. It is a general reading, so if it's not resonating, don't try to force the fit. There are lots of other excellent readers on YouTube, and one of them may have a message that speaks to you more this week. Let's see what we have. So we have the, this is, again, we're going pure intuitive this week, and there may be some of the standard meanings that come through in my read, but not necessarily. I'm just going to go with what I'm sensing in these cards, looking at these images. And I think what I'm mostly feeling here is you're happy, but you're maybe just a little overwhelmed by the number of choices that lay before you. There are some really good things coming into your life. Lots of interesting projects that you want to work on, possibly job offers, social events. There just seems to be a lot of activity, a lot of possible activity. A lot of things that are on your calendar, and you need to decide what you will pursue. I think that you're fairly calm about this. You're not nervous about it. I think that you've developed skills over time that allow you to manage fairly well when you have several irons in the fire, as they say, when there's a lot going on. You're sort of at your best when things are a little frantic, it would seem. When you feel like the underdog, when you feel like you have an identifiable foe, when you feel like you have someone out there who is not supporting you or actively working against you, you almost go into high gear creatively and energetically, and that sort of sense of being the underdog fuels you and brings out some of your best work. I think the challenge for you is to be able to access that creativity, to be able to create these amazing things that you can create without that sort of it seems a little negative, that energy of feeling like you're being attacked. That's stressful, and you don't actually need that in order to access your creativity. It's just a habit, kind of an addiction, a crutch that you've fallen into. I can be very creative when I have to prove myself, and I will prove to you that I'm better than you think I am. I will prove to you. And even though your outer presentation may not show that, it's an internal thing that you feel like you have to have a chip on your shoulder in order to create, but you don't. There is such warm, beautiful energy here, and sort of underpinning it is this addiction to the feeling of being the one that's being attacked. This isn't serving you. It may seem to some sense, in some sense right now, from your past that it does, but I think the message that's coming through to me is, how do I word this? You maybe in the past needed to be in this stance, in this position, in order to create, because you were under attack. You were having to defend yourself and what you believed. And that worked for you then. It served you well. It got you to today. But it will only harm you from here forward. You need to learn how to access your creative side without the fuel of anger or hate or bitterness. And that can be a little challenging for us, Aquarius. It truly can, because we get used to that. It's sort of, I'm thinking like when I was in school and would leave things till the last minute, and I'd do great work, but it was so stressful. And I felt like I needed that I needed to procrastinate because my greatest stuff would come out at the end. And it was never true. It just happened that I didn't give myself enough time before to just sit and access my creativity. I got it into my head that I needed to always be under a deadline in order to create. And I'm still working my way through that. I'm recovering slowly from that. But I think that that's what I'm sensing here with you, whoever this is for. You have this warm, beautiful self-love energy around you, inside of you, this potential, and of all these projects you could be working on where you're a little overwhelmed at the moment with choice, which is a fantastic problem to have, truly. I think, this won't be for all of you, but what's just come into my head is part of what's holding you back from making choices about which path to go on, which project to work on, which events to attend, is the sense that you can't make those choices without this stress, and you don't want to feel this stress again. You kind of like not feeling this stress, and you would give up creating to not feel all of that negative energy around you. So I think the answer is not to stop creating. It's to find a way to create free of this negative energy. There was a fifth card that came out with the other signs. I've been shuffling again and then pulling a fifth card, but you got 5 right away. And this is the Queen of Swords. So this is an experienced energy. This is very solidly focused on one's truth. Not afraid to say so, even if it hurts some feelings. Not cruel, not intentionally mean, but very straightforward and very honest and very fact-based. This is, your aunt who tells you exactly how it is and isn't going to coddle you and isn't going to pull any punches. And this is perhaps the exact energy within yourself that you need to access right now, because you know that your creativity has nothing to do with this. You know that you are a creative being and you have brilliant ideas inside, and you have wonderful people who want to spend time with you, not because you are a victim, not because you are under attack, not because of this addiction. They just like you, your pure soul, your beautiful, brilliant, creative mind. And this part of you just needs to lay down the law with the other part of you that is worried that you can't create without strife. I think that's what I have here for you. I'm going to pull one of the Oracle of Mystical Moments cards for you, Aquarius, to finish off the week. Welcome to 2020. The monthlies aren't done yet, but they will be soon. Maybe by the time you see this, they will be. And I just wanted to say, 2019 was amazing, wasn't it? What did you create? I think this channel has done so well. It's been so enriching for me. I think it's been really quite a gift, and it didn't start until the summer. And I sort of got this call from Spirit to do this, but I think that, I think that's probably one of the big highlights for me. I'd love to see your comments. What was big for you for 2019? And what do you want to create in 2020? That's the other question. I think we'll look at those during the monthlies, though. 36 House of Flowers. Is it in focus? I'm going to put that here. I'm going to read the book to you. 36 House of Flowers. Power of nature, joy of life, diversity, beauty. Out of this small white house on the top of a hill bursts flowers, full of life and rich in colors. It is like an explosion. The two ladies walking by look tiny in comparison to the giant falling leaves. They enjoy the enormity of nature, the power of its diversity, but even a single bloom in a vase can transform a space, each petal a world unto itself and a wonder of creation. This card signals love for life in this moment, full of energy, beauty, and joy. And that goes on pretty well with what I was sensing earlier, that there's this, that you're happy, you're in a happy place. You are happy, you are full of joy, you're content. And it could have something to do with your surroundings. Perhaps you've planted flowers recently, perhaps you have redecorated and put some flowers on the table. Maybe you're spending more time out in nature. Maybe these are things to consider this week that might be enjoyable for you. I think that's where I'm going to leave it, Aquarius. I hope you have a fantastic week. Thank you again for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Your support of the channel has been amazing, and I'm just so blessed and so grateful. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. We'd love to have you join the tribe. And I think that's it. So I will wish you a good week. Blessings.